Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Spark Plug. Spark Plug is a series where we interview women in the fields of STEAM. Today, we will be interviewing Harshini, a freshman at Michigan State University studying computer science. I'm Risha, the team captain, main engineer, and the co-lead for public relations.
Hi, I'm Sonika, and I'm the lead of finance.
So, Harshini, were there any clubs in high school that you particularly enjoyed?
Yeah, as you guys know, I was the president for the first robotics team in the Troy School District. And just like you guys are doing FTC, I was really involved in first robotics, and it was definitely my most prominent experience of high school for many reasons.
So, as president, what did you mainly do?
So for anyone that doesn't have any experience with FIRST ahead of time, FIRST is not just an engineering-based organization. There's a lot of business management that students learn. And as president, you have to be able to hone into both sides of FIRST robotics, whether it be through engineering, programming, computer-aided design, or fabrication. Or on the business side, you're going to learn aspects like financial management and marketing and running fundraisers, event management. And as president, it really comes down to a lot of leadership. Through your time on the team, you get to learn these skills, your area of expertise. We have leaders that come from all different aspects, whether it's a business side or an engineering side. And for me, I came from the business side, but I was able to use FIRST Robotics as an avenue to learn these engineering skills, get experience in this side of the team, and evolve as a more well-rounded leader and be able to lead students regardless of their background.
So CS is known to be part of the math department, but it's commonly done by people who enjoy engineering. So what was your reason of going into CS?
So I definitely think that robotics influenced that. A lot of people expected me to go into business, being someone that was definitely more involved in the business aspect during my time on an FRC team. But as of right now, I'm not only majoring in CS, I'm also doing a management major so through the business side. But I chose CS because I do think it's a very flexible major that allows you to go into a lot of different aspects of engineering. And it's something that is really going to shape the future. And no matter what career field you're in, engineering is something that will influence every single field, whether it's the medical field or business, right? And computer science is something that you can be in medical school and you'll need it. You can be a business major and you'll need it, or regardless of what engineering major you are. So I think with computer science and business, just like how FIRST believes that engineers are nothing without the emotional quotient, without the public speaking abilities, and vice versa. Business kids need to have understanding of technical skills in order to be able to lead something, to have substance behind what they're leading. I just think those two skills go hand in hand.
As we know, Harshini is a freshman at Michigan State University studying computer science. Harshini, were there any particular moments in high school that were important to your college experience so far?
Are there any important experience in high school? I mean, definitely. I'm not sure if you're asking this question in context with robotics, but since it is a robotics interview, I'll answer it in that way. But definitely, I think my time on the team, it shaped me more than just my academic accomplishments and my technical skill, but who I am as a person. It helped me be extroverted. It helped me shape who I am today, to be able to talk, to be able to explore things. Like FIRST Robotics, it pushes you out of your comfort zone. Like I said, you're going to learn skills in all different aspects, all different fields. And I wouldn't have picked computer science as a major. I wouldn't have even explored it if I stayed the same person I was as a freshman in high school. But FIRST Robotics was something that allowed me to explore the engineering field, and I never thought I would do anything relating to public speaking. And one of my most prominent experiences through robotics was not even relating to robotics. Actually, I was the game announcer for the FTC state competition in I believe my sophomore year of high school. And it really changed the way that I saw other people, that I saw myself and the world around me, because I just realized the impact that we can have just by having a voice, and how we can shape other people's experiences and their memories of a time, and being able to use our voices for better is something that like I use today in everything that I do, whether it be like mentoring kids and speaking about what I'm passionate about, teaching them things, or in my own private extracurriculars with like women in STEM fundraisers that I do, just being able to say my opinion, whether it be on a vocal platform or an online platform. It's just robotics really changes you as a person. I think FIRST is an incredible organization, and I'm so glad that you guys are doing this.
Yeah, we really love FIRST. As middle schoolers in robotics, we really look up to people like you who have done FIRST for a really long time. What would you say is like the most important skill that you learned from FIRST Robotics that you that you're applying now and in future years to come?
I think that the people that really benefit from FIRST are the people that explore, because you just need to try everything, because FIRST is not just an engineering program. It's something that's going to push you to try new things, to change your personality. And it's not, okay, I did FIRST Robotics and I became better at programming. It's, okay, I joined FIRST Robotics and I became better at solving coding problems, thinking creatively, and understanding how coding can impact, like how it relates to computer-aided design, how it relates to mechanical, what is possible, what possibilities are there with my code. It's about creating those aspects of your personality that are beyond your technical skill. Are you becoming more creative? Are you becoming more innovative? Are you becoming more of a well-spoken person, a leader, a team member? And if you're someone that's going to join FIRST and stick in one technical skill just to learn that technical skill and not talk to the people, learn from each other, and try new things, you're not taking the most out of FIRST that you can be.
So we know that STEAM is such a male-dominant field, and FIRST Robotics is a big organization who wants to introduce women into these fields. But as a woman, have you faced any struggles, or in general as a woman in STEAM?
Definitely. Absolutely. As you guys know, I was president for the Troy School District Robotics team, and it's a very male oriented team, and a lot of FIRST Robotics teams are actually. And that's what I love about FIRST, is that even though it is, like you said, a male dominated field, FIRST is working towards changing that. Just like 226 right now, like my old team, we work really hard to change that proportion. And you guys right now, being an all girls middle school team, it's incredible. That's amazing that you're creating a safe space for girls to feel like they can join engineering and learn engineering without having to struggle so hard. And I've had experiences in classes, in clubs, where it's hard to get your hands on a technical skill, right? To get your hands on a technical part of a project, it's very difficult. And to become a leader in a STEM organization is just incredibly hard. And to gain that respect from your male counterparts, because it's not just sexism that has been driven into our minds for generations, but beyond, it's unconscious. Like you don't even realize that many girls are sexist about girls being in engineering. If there are female bosses where they'll pick the male to do a part of a project that seems more technical, and we don't even notice it. And I think the biggest change that we can do is noticing our behavior and putting effort into that, like really recognizing the biases that we have. Because for me, like it was hard, but I mean, I did it. You guys can do it too. But it's great to be a woman in charge of a like STEM organization. The power that you have to change other people's experiences. Like for me, mentoring an all girls team really made me feel like I'm making a change, I'm making an impact, so that other people know that I thought it was impossible for me to become president, and to know that I can tell you guys, hey, you can do it too. Here's how I did it. And having those role models, being careful and noticing like our own biases within ourselves is how we're going to make a change.
So was there any ways that you overcome these struggles?
Yeah, like I mean, like I mentioned, it's a hard question because the problem's always going to be around. And I even started like a women in STEM fundraiser outside of my experience in robotics because it's difficult. But I think being vocal about it, sometimes it feels like saying, oh, I think people are being sexist towards me. It's hard to be able to point people out and say things like that. But the way I did it is I found role models within the STEM field, whether it be high school girls, whether it be college mentors, or even adults, right, that were in STEM, that were women, talking to them like you guys are talking to me. How did they do it? If you sometimes feel like I can't learn the skill because other people are stopping me, then I self-taught myself a lot of things. And it's unfortunate that we have to sometimes do that because we don't have the avenue to have someone teach us. But I want you guys to know that there is always somebody that is willing to do that for you. And there are so many women that go through this, and there is someone that you can talk to. And for me, I had an amazing female mentor on my team during my time on in FRC. And I also had so many great role models that helped me when I didn't know how to get help on certain engineering aspects. I asked these people, I reached out to them. And you need to not feel alone. You need to understand that you're not alone. There's people that can help you, and that you doing that is every single person that does that makes it easier for the next, so just like you guys are reaching out to me and doing this amazing podcast and all that, you need to make sure you're reaching out to people. Don't let anything stop you. If you want to learn something, talk to someone as to why am I not able to do this? What are the reasons? And if they're stopping you, find a way to get past that. And if you can't, get help, because you should not let somebody stop you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we just got really deep for a second. We were wondering, what inspired you to pursue a career and an education in STEM?
I think honestly, I mean, being from an Asian background and an immigrant background, like, STEM careers are always the most stable in society. That's the perception, right? So for me, it wasn't something that I ever was fickle about. Like I never was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go into STEM. STEM was definitely always something that was around. But I think my freshman year, like, I didn't think it was possible for high school or even middle school kids to be able to build a robot. So I think the fact that it's not as hard as you think it is. It is hard, but it's possible, and the possibility is what made me want to do STEM more. That it no longer was just STEM's my only option, but the possibilities are endless. That you can build a robot. Like, that's crazy. I thought it was like you got to go through 4 years of college and 3 years of a master's to be able to build a robot. Like, imagine saying, hey, a 12-year-old can build a robot today. And the fact that I can be a part of that any way that I could get involved in that, I wanted to, and I think the possibility of you have that possibility, you have that capability to do that. And that's what's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. Who was one of your role models? Like, did you have any inspirational figures growing up, being someone interested in STEM?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think from the team, I'm gonna list a couple people from the team because they were incredible too for my time on the team. But I had a senior when I was a sophomore who was also a female president, Megan Akita, and she taught me so many things that just like I'm telling you guys, find role models. This is why I say it, because Megan has shaped who I was so much. The way that she pursued past any boundaries, including sexism, in the STEM field. The fact that she was so capable. Like I would watch her and there was nothing that would stop her. The determination, the sheer energy and passion towards STEM. And she was someone that really showed me that boundaries are only boundaries if you let them be boundaries. And I had a lot of other wonderful mentors that female mentors that helped me out on my time on the team. I'd say Alyssa Garcia and Meredith and Kara James, and there were a lot. And by the way, I'm not saying that as a woman, only women can help you. No, sometimes there are men that will help you too on your team. Sometimes you need to reach out to whoever you can, and it's not you need to get past the perception that men are sexist, women aren't, or women are sexist towards men. It's not always like that. It's you need to find the right people that are going to help you, and we as a collective, whether it be men or women, we need to make sure that we're not stopping anyone from doing what they want to do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, switching gears here. What are your thoughts on diversity?
I don't think that it's something that we have achieved yet. Obviously, I think recognizing that there's still a problem is the first step we need to make towards solving any problem in the universe. And obviously there's so many boundaries and obstacles that we don't even think about. As one of the most obvious ones is women in STEM, but diversity goes beyond that. There's a more modern issue of the way you look within STEM, right? And that you need to be stereotypically more like I guess, I mean, I don't want to point out any particular stereotypes, but there's things like tattoos and your hair color and the person that you are that stop people from working in STEM, because STEM is a very like traditional, like very conservative field, and being a male dominated field as well. And ethnicity and your nationality, things impact that. Right, like we have Latinas in STEM that have obstacles, Black people in STEM, LGBTQ in STEM. There's so many different obstacles, like transgenders too. So I think it's something that we need to always be working on, because there are always going to be some minority that's facing a problem, and the problem is never fully going to go away. It's something that it's something we need to handle, something that we need to keep working on. It's not like equality is never going to fully be achieved. So I believe equity is what we should be focusing on, bringing up the people that someone's always going to have a disadvantage, and we need to make sure that they are getting the help they need to no longer be that way.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to go into STEM, whose ethnicity or nationality or background may set them back or cause obstacles?
Yeah, I would say that you're not alone. You're not alone, and this doesn't mean that you don't belong in this field or this like career path. You're not alone, and someone is out there who's facing the same problem and who has faced the same problem and gone through it. And you just need to find those people to inspire you and to show you a path. And they pave that path for you, and you can find people that will help you do the same. And even if it's not someone that's been through exactly what you've been through, for instance, if an LGBTQ kid found it difficult to find a way to get involved in robotics, to get involved in a team or anything like that, I could help them to do that. And sometimes it could be another person of a minority. It doesn't have to be the same person, but finding a role model, finding someone that's gone through something similar will help you a lot. You just need to know you're not alone. You don't need to do everything alone. I feel like a lot of stories of success are shaped around minorities or people at a disadvantage or from underprivileged communities fighting on their own. But that's the benefit that we have today, is that people have done it. And it doesn't make you any less strong for asking for help. As long as you're not quitting and you're doing what you love, find someone to help you and get through it. Like, you will. Don't give up on it.
Thank you, Harshini, for your time today, from talking to us about your previous experiences and for your pieces of advice. Before you go, do you have any questions for our team?
For your team, I will always have questions for this team because they are incredible. always doing amazing things, and I love them so much. But what have you guys been up to that you want to update everyone about?
Well, there's quite a few things. Donica, if you want to start.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Well, as you know, we did our Project South Africa, where we started robotics in South Africa, and we started a group there because we really are really passionate about spreading STEM around the world to people who may not have access to it because of their background or their geography. We want to give everybody an opportunity, and we also started an FLL team here as well. So that's been a lot of fun so far.
We do have also a robotics club alongside the FLL team full of middle schoolers who do come from more of northern Michigan, and from there they also want to get into FGC and FRC in the future. So they unfortunately do not have FEC teams near there. So we're just giving them the opportunity to be able to pursue FTC with another Go Builder and Rev kit we have available for them. So yeah.
This is exactly what I mean. Just like how, I mean, these kids probably didn't think that they had this opportunity available to them, and people like you are helping them, and that's incredible that you guys are making a change, and it's a lot bigger than you think, because one of them could end up making a huge innovation in the future and change a lot of people's lives, because that's the great thing about STEM, that I just feel like you can make such a huge influence on the world around you with it. And the fact that you are helping people have the same opportunities that you're having, it's amazing, and support it all the way.
So thank you all for watching Spark Plug. We have more to come from this season, series. As our season has started, the 2021 to 2022 First Tech Challenge Fry Frenzy. Stay tuned for more about our team and the new season. Bye.